They'll be calling you a radical. So, back to Fukushima. So, the denial, the betrayal, the backturning of the media, the populace, everybody and anybody. Remember, along this incredible path of mine, I've been interviewed along the way by you name it. PBS, several times. I mean, so many of these people, I did an interview in the Capitol the other day, and the spokesman for the Red Cross told me, he says, I'm talking to him, whatever, and he says, this story of yours is so important because they saved my life in so many ways, Red Cross, because Fimbo wouldn't let any of the blood in because it's all volunteer, and, I mean, my platelet count got so low so multiple times, leukemia patients understand this. And he says, that is the most powerful interview I've ever heard, and I'm 30 years, I'm the whole Western media spokesman. I says, and I guarantee you will not air it. What do you mean? As soon as you go back, whoever the powers there be, check me out, do the background work on me, whatever. Whoa! And it's real simple. Why? I've been told this by attorneys. There is no Atticus. Attorneys tell me straight up, look, Kevin, it's that you're going against the biggest beast in human history, the nuclear energy crime. They have all of the money, so they really believe in their sick minds. This is how postured and groomed the populace is. That whoever has the most money wins in the legal system, whatever, which is total bullshit. It is total bullshit. They forget the American underdog freaking story, what this place was. Now, we have legacy trust, and we've become everything the monarchy, and so along my path I'm way, but there's a trump card to play right now, a really big trump card. Oh man, Trump, I can't pay the rent, all my money's been spent. Arlo Guthrie wrote that, and right there, look it up, right there in freaking New York City, at Brookhaven. I write it at Fish Haven. My grandpa owned Fish Haven. That's their lake. So we have a trump card to play right now, and you're in denial. Now, I mean, here we go again. Cassandra, here's what we'll say in a courtroom. People used to say, Your Honor, can we play back the tape? Right here. It's like the PhDs, whatever. So the Toshiba, Chicago Bridge, Westinghouse catastrophe, the nuclear energy, because nuclear energy is too cheap to meter. It's clean, it's green. Everybody's going to go hold tight with this incredible lie. We're going to put on a reactor in China once a month beginning in 2013. Sure you are. They're bankrupted now. I'm sitting here screaming right here, Toshiba. If I still did what I did. 6502.T, the ETF, because it's a Japanese company. Toshiba. 134 years old. Chicago Bridge, I think, is 124 years old. They build nuclear reactors. Westinghouse. Now think about it. Westinghouse destroyed them both. They've gone from right now their stock, Toshiba, just in the last matter of days. It's gone from $480 a share to $184. Oh, that's nothing. You're talking one of the most widely held, biggest, it reminds me of the whole GM thing. Is the market going to come apart? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the tip of the iceberg, and you'll say, well, and really you'll say, oh, we predict. No, you didn't predict it. You dumb fuckers. You missed that boat. You sold at 7,000, it's 21,000. So, Westinghouse and Chicago Bridge are accusing each other. You can't trade Westinghouse. Why? Because Westinghouse is not a company. They're Toshiba. Forced down the throat. This incredible corrupt merger falls into my path. Books, past, journey. Oh man, Trump, I can't pay the rent. It looks like Donnie's going to freaking hold suit. Now remember, why? So, in Russia, they kill journalists. You spend some time on Putin, and it's like, you want to know anything that's going to happen or going to be, whatever, the United States, who sets the playbook? This playbook is set Russia. The two apartment buildings are blown up. The third one, they catch him red-handed. They catch him doing it! They catch him trying to blow a third one. Government agents with government money. And then they go to this war machine, militarism. When did that happen? 95 and 99? Huh. Exact same thesis as 9/11 to a T. To a fucking T. Same royal fucking family group. Then the Tsar. I like how people say, oh, how Vladimir Putin, we went from the Orthodox Jewish empire called Russia to this commoner. I'm like, are you kidding? If you think Vladimir Putin's a commoner, you really are a fool. Are you kidding? St. Murder's a bloodline. Try tracing his bloodlines. Try it. That's what they do. That's what they do. They just simply change their last name and write their own narrative. I mean, it's been going on for freaking centuries. Kill journalists? So I said I was going to dedicate a lot of my work to Anna. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? You've been hit by... I'll tell you why. You know, for years when I was in New York and, you know, back in them days, and, you know, Mark, excuse me, I said Michael last time. Mark Lombardi did that great work. You know, right, hiding in plain sight. So they're like, oh, she's CIA, she's a double agent. Putin's probably CIA. I mean, who ain't in these clubs? But we've had 10 years, it's just like Michael Hastings. So we don't do that in the U.S., right? We don't kill all the journalists that go after Putin. On Putin's birthday, she's killed. You know, and I can get into that narrative. But we don't do that in the U.S., do we? So, think about it. I think I was the most violated when Pat Tillman. You were told. I screamed my head off. Everywhere. Pat Tillman was killed by our own government. You remember the story, waving his fucking flag? I mean, right in your fucking face. So it takes ESPN outside the... Think about the investigative journalism. The best investigative journalism is ESPN. What, Jeremy? Yep. Yep. It's unarguable. 10 years later, they wait. 10-year anniversary. I think I shot Pat Tillman. Hey. Oh, man. He threw the freaking yellow flare. My dad was a special forces guy. Just like they did him. They killed him. By your own government. We don't do that like they did to Anna in Russia. No, we don't do that. Ask Michael Hastings. Huh? Ask Jessica Lynch. Ask, I am Pat fucking Tillman. That was his last words. I am Pat fucking, I mean, right there. You know, it took his mom to expose that. Oh, we shot up by fucking Al-Qaeda, you know, point blank. FOIA documents on BALCO. You can go in denial everything you want about this fucking nuclear fucking crime. You know, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? No, she's fucking dead. Annika, she's dead. You know, that's the most common name in the world. Annette, right here, the high school group, my high school group, dead. And you know, it's just, it's amazing. So everybody says, oh, she's double agent, she's a spy, whatever. Well, we've had 10 years now to look back. Look at her work. Who gives a fuck what, when, how she was placed, but let her work stand. That's because the YouTube camera is mightier than the sword, and you can watch it all out there. You know, so now that, just like I said, the frogs have been boiled nicely, my incredible fight, look, my doctor told me straight up, I'll remember, the only person I've ever really listened to, because trust is earned. I don't fucking trust anyone. All these people you put up on a pedestal and you say, oh, you know, you're Catholic priest, yeah, I really trust those fucking pedophiles. You know, a senator or a president, what, who, Dennis Haster, the Mortal Jura, yeah, I trust that fucking guy. You know, all these fucking Mormon churches, yeah, I really trust those fucking creeps. The media, all these people you're taught, fucking politicians, fuck, yeah. I don't trust any of the fuckheads, and I sure don't fucking look up to them, and I sure don't fucking bow and kiss their fucking ring. Fuck, you know, I'm not a fucking, you know, I don't play the monarchy fucking game. So, Bimmel told me, he says, you know, and I've kind of officially pseudo de facto, because I set my goals with my grandchildren 5 years. I've been fighting for my life, hardcore, with this disease. He says, you know, the central line hung on me a long time after they quit chemoing me. Just watch, because they fully intended to chemo again, bone marrow transplant. Marshall Jensen, look up his case, room next to me. You know, I had a long talk with his wife at Light Tonight. I was very close with him, and I dedicated this whole year to Marshall. He died. I think of all of them, you know, everybody that I've been, they broke my heart the hardest. But he sacrificed because he's a real fucking hero. Heroism, militaryism, I like, you know, stand up and wave the flag and fucking bow to these so-called heroes, you know. And I respect police, I respect firemen, I respect, you know, the good ones. You know, they get a paycheck, and I respect what they do. It's like the activism community. That's why I'm so proud of the Million Mass March and all the fucking work we did. I'm so incredibly proud of that fucking work. I look back on it, and I'm so fucking glad I didn't fucking go to Standing Rock, and I knew, and I took a lot of shit for it. You know, you're around vandalism, and they're like, oh, you know, I says, I'm not, you know, I'm not a pipeline fucking blocker when it's too late, because I knew it was fucking intuitive. Well, I knew it was a crock of shit. And then John Anthony, you know, he and I started the Million Mass March together, and his cousins. He knew right off the get, because he's native. People don't know that. He's native. And he's like, it's a crock. He called it standing crock. He says, it's a scam. It's fucking looting, fucking thing. And to think native elders, so-called elders, again, looking up, wouldn't sell out their own people. You know nothing. You think the Germans invented genocide? You know nothing about the American West. Native hierarchy and leaders have been selling out their own people and their own tribes for 400 years. Same old scam. I knew it when they had the stage arrests out there, the whole fucking... I knew. But, you know, I was going to... Because, you know, anybody that stands for the water or the air, that's... I'll stand up for them, but they didn't stand up for me. Nobody stood up for me. When I was walking along the coast full of fucking... I'm like arguing. I'm the first guy who reported the fucking starfish. The first guy that reported you could see the plume. First guy that reported the fucking dead trees, fucking everything, you know. You know, the heat bubble source that was rising up off fucking Fukushima, fucking, you know, the invisible fucking giant fucking fire. Nobody supported me, and everybody knew, because I mean, I'd walk along that fucking coast, you know, sleeping in my sleep bag, wherever, fucking sick. They were like, people would come up to me, yeah, I used to watch your videos first, you know, well, fucking, what do you think? And then they all backed off. It's like the media. Stack inside my fucking hospital room that fucking deep. I mean, the old lady, the old, you know, volunteer in there that runs the mouth, she's, I've never seen anything like this. But then they all pulled away. So they were coming back to me now. And you know, I said fuck the media for a long time. I was so mad. I did that interview with Jack Dressner on the 2nd anniversary. I like that. Kind of, sort of. RT chopped and cropped me so much. I know why now. Now I know why. I could never figure out why they would fucking back out. And now I fucking know. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? It's about the work. She was a fucking... I mean, think about her work. Was she a Ricane girl or was she a Manhattan girl? A Manhattan girl. Doesn't fucking really matter, does it? Look at her work. First they poison her. Then they blow her fucking head off. They do the fucking bullshit. I mean, they got caught fucking dead red-handed with the fucking bombs in the basements of the 3rd apartment. Got caught. Got caught. Right there. And so, what's their story? It was an exercise? Oh my God, we don't do that here, do we? You know, Michael Hastings, you know, and you don't think I'm tight. Fucking, my sources. You fucking don't know shit. You surely haven't fallen. It's like a PhD. Oh, you're so posh and grim. People call me all day. Well, you think. So here's what they do. They take whatever we have good, whatever they have, and they subtly, passive-aggressively, they hijack it. They hijack it. Like PhDs, academia bubble. Fuck, go to the jobs, kids going to school, they're just fucking robbing. They're not teaching you anything. Somebody said, there's the PhD right fucking here. In front of God and everybody. These videos, all the way through. Hello? What is a PhD? First, you know, it's new knowledge. You know, my Uncle Argyle taught me. You know, Latin. The pirates, fucking first ones that did it. Yep. You hypothesize Fukushima's going to fucking kill the Pacific Ocean. It's going to genocide. It's going to genocide the Pacific Ocean. It's going to give you leukemia. It's going to give you leukemia. It's going to fucking give you leukemia. It's going to be the greatest ecological catastrophe. They're going to lie. They're going to lie. They're going to lie. They're going to fucking cover up. Blah blah blah. Then you go out and you fucking. It's going to cause a heat source, which I call Futonium. I named it. People used to laugh at that. Futonium. F-U. Well, you know, Livermore has awarded themselves on the bottom of their pyramid. You love how they left the foundation, 4 of them blank. They just said just what I said. And then they award themselves all this money. Well, I'm the guy. I'm the guy that did it. Original. Legally. Under the United States Supreme Court has ruled this. Published. That's my legal. It's mine. They collided at fucking bringing star power to Earth and fucking award themselves. I do all the dirty fucking work. All of it. PhD's right here. Then you gotta fucking go out and you have to do at least 3.5 years of. I got leukemia. You know, I fucking walked the coast of California. All of it. I fucking document at the Megan Rice trial. You name it, I've been there. You fuck. I mean, I think about the body of this work. It is staggering. I mean, it is breathtaking, actually. Who, when, where, fucking. I look back on it. How the fuck did I do this? It's the greatest PhD in human history by fucking 1,000,000 times. You know, it's transparent. What do you think Aaron Swartz was doing? They've captured it all. They fucking have. You have to sign over. If you're in academia peer review, you have to hand it to them. You know, one day you'll understand what the University General Elect that I was involved with, fucking the death of Clyde Cooley, fucking thing, how powerful. What the fuck, you know? Fucking book on book on book, layers on layers on fucking layers. Fukushima's the greatest ecological, well, the greatest catastrophe in human history, the greatest crime in human history to cover up. Everybody's just, I mean, told. It's a groomed populace to believe whatever you're fucking told. So all the media coming to me now. You know, the same people that had the stack this deep in there that backed off their back. And I'm like, okay, you know, I'll agree to do one mainstream media with one big outlet. Even if it's the black and yellow whores that I hate. If it's the big enough platform that people will name, but it's going to be done under my terms. You're not going to crop and chop me. You're not going to do it. You know, it's going to, you know, video, yeah. You know, written, not some cropped up, chopped up one. And so, you know, they have trouble agreeing with that because of their advertisers. Well, we have to run it. Fuck your producer. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Why do I need you, I tell people. I'm the fucking media. Right here. You know? Because it really matters who watches, not how many watches. You know, we simply in this country, we traded in quality for quantity. A long time ago, not me. You know, bunch of fucking sellouts, black and yellow whores. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? You know, they poison her, blow her fucking head off on Putin's birthday. Putin do it, or Putin cry, whatever. I mean, the monarchy, the top of the tip. The redistribution of wealth is the fucking most concentrated in world history. You got basically 500 people, maybe 1,000 people to control all the wealth of the world in every country. So, you know, here's China with that monarchy over there, but at least they issued advisory. You know, there's been food bans all over Europe, all over fucking Asia on any food coming from anywhere near Fukushima and or the Pacific Ocean. Well, now the salmon have collapsed in an epic fucking way. You see anybody reporting that? So who's the media? You know, isn't that what great art does? Picasso stood up to him. You know, I think about it. Fuck, did she have fucking guts? Oh my God. Holy fuck, does it matter if she was CIA, fucking KGB, both? Think about it. And if you don't think about this whole, it's a bad James Bond movie and it's all hooked up together, a U.S. thing, and look, I know a guy in New York, and he told me this a long time ago. He says when that helicopter got blown, and there was a lot of acquisitions that it was a Russian company that fucking blew those guys, his brother was on that helicopter. And he says that was payback for a bad Trump deal. Trump's had lots of bad deals go bad in Russia, with Russia. And if you don't know how Russia plays, wow. You know, poison, you know, bullets, whatever. I mean, it's unbelievable. And which they've been up to it for years over there. I mean, look at Stillman, fuck. I mean, Trotsky to the head. What about David Goldberg? There's no media here? I mean, they're cowards? You think about it. You see anybody really... You see mainstream media hammer away at her death? Hell no. Fuck no. You know, so, I mean, before 9/11 was the two there. You know, before they murdered Michael Hastings. It doesn't matter if Michael Hastings pushed that gas pedal or whatever. The weight of the world, you know, we know the CIA was on his fucking... You know, the rumor I get, the story was all about Pat Tillman. Think about the murder of Pat Tillman. There's still fucking NFL gear. Beat your NFL having Arizona State Camel Pat Tillman fucking day. You know, military isn't. It's beyond fucking. I mean, I'm Vienna high stepping on this. Everybody says, you know, I've been threatened so much you don't even fucking know how much I've been threatened. You could ask people that are in those hearings with me. What we call them white shirts, you know, in the activist community. They are all over me. All fucking. But I tell, you know, I talk to them. Look, leukemia kills people like you too. Now I have horrible stories. The cancer epidemic's on. The fucking flood. The, you know, eugenics. I don't know. It sure seems that way, don't it? But I can tell you where this is going to come apart. The cover-up. The media's everybody's played by it is this deal with Toshiba. Chicago Bridge is going to fucking collapse. It's going to wipe it completely out to zero. I'm here to tell you. It's the tip of the iceberg. The Westinghouse corruption, the Obama corruption, everything. Because the financial journalists and these fucking propagator thing, they're wake up and realize this is going to take a lot of them. Fucking. I mean, I will quote the famous line from Inside when that fucking rat Paulson on the bank bailout. Now we're doing the bank bailout on chemo status Cuomo. We do it in the Illinois House. We do it all over. So they're all sitting there, all the fucking senators. The famous line by Hillary Clinton. Because Goldman Sachs is fucking managing all their money. Remember, I used to work back there. That's what I did. I was a derivative arb fucking specialist. How big of a haircut are we going to take? 30%, 40%, 50%? He looks right at him. Don't you realize? No, you're taking all of it. Zero. Toshiba's going to zero. Chicago Bridge is going to zero. All of them. They're done. You're wiping out fucking... So, you're some of the great monarchs, oligarchs, scumbags, some of the biggest fucking wealth that exists on Earth. It's going to vaporize. It's like, you know, oh, we're worried about inflation now. Inflation already fucking happened. 2008, they changed the can size. Look at fucking, real simple, look at the matrix between the average hourly wage and fucking rent. That's all you got to look at. 0% and Rand Greenspan. Whoop! The housing bubble is the only thing holding up the tax base. There is no middle class. It's property tax is the only thing holding up. This house is going to, I'm telling you, the writing's on the wall. I can smell it. I can fucking taste it. Just like I did in March 10th of fucking 2000. Everything always seems to happen that fucking those few days. 3/11/11, 11/3/11. I went into the bone marrow transplant center on 11/11/11. There's no steroid, Kevin. Heartbreaker went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq to get Cheney in front of a big old sack. Fucking went off to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. They're still there. He's all gone. How nice is they watched a Bob Dylan song named Knock, Knock, Knocking on ISIS. So I'll do the interview. But the interview is going to be done on much more broader dynamic. I'm going to do it with one on my terms. And, you know, one of the sellout whores? Maybe. You know, we'll talk about the draining of the giant marsh right here. We'll talk about the corruption fucking here. You know. I've done this so hardcore, so grassroots, so organically. It's a pretty amazing story. I mean, well, it's beyond amazing. My PhD, sadly, I was fucking right every word I said. You know, I hoped I was wrong the whole time, but I knew intuitively. I always knew. I knew. How's it going to end? I don't know. But Trump's going to stand his ground. And here's the Trump card right here. Everybody's saying, you know, the whole thing with Hillary, you know, the Russians, the whole nightmare. It happened. The monarchy, same old theme, 1916. So it's going to come apart. It's going to come apart so hardcore and so fucking ugly. It's called deflation. We call it the acid class. It destroys the acid class, like it did in 31, 32, 33, you know, 90% fucking rise. And, you know, the only lever they have is the interest rate. They fucking shot all their fucking arrows out of their quiver. They're out. They have none. Negative interest rate. So, for the non-acid class, it's good. It lowers fucking rent dramatically. It lowers food prices, it lowers everybody. But the problem is so many in America are the acid class via their fucking own personal Ponzi scheme they made called their fucking house. They're multiple houses. They've re-leveraged their mortgage. It's coming to fucking apart. ASAP, it's coming to fucking apart. Gold and silver, it'll collapse just like that. I mean, it already has. You could see it, you know, oil went from 160, you know, that bubble fuck thing, again, same thing. So I've dedicated, you know, as I dedicated Marsha, but, you know, it doesn't matter if she was CIA, fucking KGB, worked both fucking sides, and simply, I want to say this, if you don't think Edward Snowden is a double agent and fucking Lindsay Mills, he got a platform on 60 Minutes. Please, please. We know who they are. Where's he sitting right now? Where's he sitting? In Moscow. Fuck, you been fucking. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? You been hit by. They killed her. So I'll detonate. I'm going to detonate the rest of the year at least, just like I did Aaron Swartz all 2013. We started a Million Mass March in honor of Aaron Swartz. What do you think he was doing? He knows what I know. All the information was captured. MIT. So Abib from Japanese, this is one key component that you don't get, that I'm the only guy that fucking really jumped on this. When he came to Harvard a long time ago, you know, how many times is he going to meet with Trump in this fucking dog and pony show? With the Obama, let them eat yellow cake. He snuck over to MIT Media Lab, right where they fucking Aaron Swartz downloaded it. By the way, I know where it's at. And I know that you can't break the code, right? I mean, it's all the information. It's out there on the internet, but no one's been able to run it. But girl, you want to bet on that one too. Don't underestimate me. So, you know, we'll see, but it's going to be done on my terms. Fuck, what a story. What a fucking path. Greatest fucking crime in human history. The death of the Pacific Ocean won't wake anybody up. Killing all the animals won't wake up. But when your real estate value fucking, well, then you'll fucking wake up. Get ready. Stay tuned.